welcome to my new channel Tanusha's Study Point. Without any ado further, let's begin with our today's topic. So our today's topic is from Chemistry, Chapter 2, Physical and Chemical Changes, Class 8. So in this chapter, we will discuss about many types of changes with physical and chemical changes. So let's start with our first type of change. So our first change is slow and fast change. So the change which take a longer time to get complete. Fast change. Basically the slow change is that takes longer time to get complete. The change that take longer time to get complete is called a slow change. Like growing of a tree. Example, growing of a tree and rusting of iron. So these are some examples of slow change because these changes takes long period of time to get completed, and change means when a substance is in different position and it gets to another position, that is called a change. So growing a tree is a change, as in starting there is a seed that becomes a plant and then a tree. It's a change and it takes longer time, so it's a slow change. And fast change, the change that takes short time to get complete, is called a fast change. Because fast change means जो change बहुत ही जल्दी हो जाते हैं या फिर slow change से fast हो जाते हैं, that are called the fast change. Like burning of matchstick, burning of matchstick is also fast change, क्योंकि जब हम matchstick means matches को जलाते हैं, वो ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लेता बर्न होने के लिए, so that's why it is called a fast change. And then freezing of ice, it is also a fast change because it takes short time to get complete, so that's why it is a fast change. So now our next change. So our next change is human made and natural. So human made and natural changes are our next concept. So human made changes are the changes that are done by humans. It is clear by its wording. So human changes are the change that are done or changed by a human, like cooking of food, like cooking, washing, etc. are some human made changes, or weaving of a cloth, that is also a human made change because a human takes part in that change. So that's why it is a human made change. And natural change, the change in which human does not take part, it is done automatically by nature. So that change are called natural changes. Example, earthquake, flood. And these are the few examples of natural change, because in these changes humans are not involved, so that's why it is a natural change. Okay, so our next change is desirable and undesirable. Desirable and undesirable. Okay, so what do you understand by desirable? Desirable means that change which is beneficial for human or living organism. The change that is beneficial for human or any other living organism, because whenever a change occurs, it only takes place in the life of a human being or a living organism. So that's why when it is beneficial for a human or a living organism, that change is desirable, like cooking, growing of tree, etc. So okay, undesirable is the opposite of desirable, that are not beneficial for human or any other living organism, that are undesirable, like earthquake, flood, okay, and also cutting of trees, and not beneficial, that are undesirable changes. So okay, next is periodic and unperiodic. Periodic and periodic. So these are the two changes. Next, periodic and unperiodic. Periodic change means when a change occurs at a fixed interval of time. Means जब एक change fixed interval means after fixed time change अगर होता है, that change is called periodic, like sunrise at a fixed time and sun sets also at a fixed time. Unperiodic change is the opposite of periodic, means when a change does not occur at fixed interval. Like coughing, sneezing, etc. etc. are unperiodic change because it does not occur at a fixed interval of time. So now our next topic is reversible and unreversible changes. Next is reversible and unreversible. So reversible changes are the changes that can be reversed easily after the change is completed, like freezing of ice. When we freeze ice, it can be reversed back into water easily. So that is a reversible change. So this is one of the example of reversible change. Unreversible change, obviously opposite, that cannot be reversed easily, cannot be reversed easily, are called irreversible changes, like cooking of food, when we cook the food, we cannot change it back into the raw food. So it is also one example of unreversible change. And making of dough is also unreversible change. So these is reversible and unreversible changes. So now let's come on the heading of the chapter, physical and chemical change. So firstly we will do physical changes. So physical changes are the changes in which first no new substance is formed, no new substance is formed during physical change, only the physical property changes. And the chemical composition also does not change. So these are the physical changes and also their properties. So this is a physical change. Drying of clothes. Drying of clothes. When we dry clothes, no new substance is formed and only the physical property changes when we dry clothes, and the chemical composition also does not change when we dry our clothes. So this is the physical change properties. So by these properties we can make the definition of the physical change. So chemical changes. So in these changes, one or more substance is formed. Chemical composition changes and also they are generally permanent. They are generally permanent and irreversible or unreversible. Irreversible. Physical changes are temporary and reversible, and chemical changes are mostly permanent and irreversible. So these are the properties, and by this we can make the definition of chemical changes. So digestion of food. Digestion of food is a chemical change because when the food is digested, one or more substance is formed and the chemical composition is changes, and it is permanent and generally irreversible because when the food is digested, it cannot be reversed back to an undigested food, and also it is permanent. So this was all about chemical physical changes and some other types of changes. So please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. See you soon in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.